because remember, what we focus on in our reality is like a spotlight. So if you find money on the ground and you simply discard it, or let's even say you pick it up, but then you go back to a negative mindset thinking, you are no longer highlighting future gains and possibilities in your layer of reality because your thinking isn't in line with that version of events. So let's get into it, everyone. What is the wave of fortune exactly? Well, Vadim Zeland says in the book that it's an accumulation of positive lifelines. And how I like to view it personally, which has helped me in my transurfing practice, is that it's not an accumulation, but it's a climb up to the highest lifeline that you have access to. So go back and take a look at the prior videos if you don't know what the hell it is I'm talking about right now. And for those of you that do, remember, my visual representation in my mind is linear life tracks stacked upon each other, and the lowest one is the place that you don't want to go. This is the induced transition. And the highest one is the place that you do want to go. This is the wave of success. So from my perspective, my transurfing practice, this is really easy for me to understand. This is really easy for my brain to comprehend. If I can keep my thought quality high, my actions high, my frequency high, and do all the transurfing stuff, right? Beware of pendulums, have a really good, firm, solid connection with the alternative space, looking at my reality as being unlimited, not limiting in nature, being open to opportunities, possibilities, future events that might be outside of my comfort zone, all that kind of stuff. If I can really sink in to this mindset, I access stuff, new information, new material, new evidence to support this theory that I have access to this lifeline, that version of reality, the wave of success, more money, more love, more adventure, more freedom, more creative energy, all the stuff that I want to have as a human being. So this is what we strive to achieve. Now, again, the wave of success is not something that you can dictate to your reality. You're not going to be like, hey, reality, I want to be on the wave of success. You do what you need to do as a transurfer in your life, in your layer of reality, and you work with your reality until your reality brings you in what we call the first win. So what the first win is it is a small gain, a small reward. The classic one that Vadim Zeland uses in the book is finding a coin on the ground, not discarding it. So remember from our first lesson, the alternative space, what we focus on exponentially increases in our layer of reality. So if you're out walking around and you find a coin on the ground and you focus on that as a win, you have just started to resonate at the frequency of reward, finding something good, opportunity, a positive gain in your reality. So that frequency starts to get going, right? And as long as your thoughts remain high, because remember, what we focus on in our reality is like a spotlight. So if you find money on the ground and you simply discard it, or let's even say you pick it up, but then you go back to a negative mindset thinking, you are no longer highlighting future gains and possibilities in your layer of reality because your thinking isn't in line with that version of events. So when you find a coin on the ground, it's like you align everything, right? Your frequency matches up. You feel a moment of excitement. Whenever I'm out with my dog and I'm going on my walk and I find a coin, I know people probably think that it's nuts if they see me doing this, but I go, oh my God, Baba, look at, I found a coin. It's the start of the wave of success. And I really snap in to that frequency, that energy, that event that I truly start to resonate with. Then I keep my thoughts high. I wonder what else I can encounter today. I wonder what other kinds of gains are going to come in my direction. I wonder if I'll win something else or find something else. And then my action too, I keep my action going in a direction where I actually have the ability to then access that stuff. I wouldn't think like this, find the coin, acknowledge it, resonate at the frequency, and then get home and be like, life sucks, I'm going to go back to bed and be depressed all day. That it's conflicting, so it doesn't work. So as long as you can keep those things going, then just as Vadim Zeland states in the book, reality, your layer of reality, your external environment, you will start to see exponentially more and more wins increase in your layer of reality. So this is exactly why we call it the wave, right? You're down here, you access that first win, the coin or whatever it is, and then you tune your frequency to that event. Then the event sort of that energy starts to snowball and increase, and you find more and more and more, and before you know it, you've found something big and substantial. So for me, in my life, in my layer of reality, in my transurfing practice, I'm an entrepreneur. I have a bunch of different things that I do for money. So therefore, I have a bunch of avenues that are kind of open for me to access higher and better gains, wins, opportunities, all that kind of stuff. I know for me, my job as a transurfer is to keep myself tuned to that frequency, my thoughts in line with that version of events, and my actions. And when I do this, I access the wave of success more frequently. So this is really what it boils down to. Everyone has accessed the wave of success. You can recall back in your life a time where things were all going in your favor. Now, it's not only gains like money and financial stuff, it can also be like business opportunities, or a friend reaches out and says, hey, I won 2 tickets to Hawaii or whatever. It's just any kind of positive gains into your layer of reality that are meaningful to you specifically, right? So I have my reality set up in front of me that the wave of success not only comes easier and more frequently, but when it does, I have the different avenues, my different entrepreneurial endeavors, where this wave can bring me an abundance of stuff. So what happens is we access this wave, and then either two things happen. Either you get set down gently because that's the physics of the wave. It's not permanent. Just like a surfer doesn't catch a wave, again with the surfing analogy, a surfer doesn't catch a wave and ride it permanently. He catches the wave and he rides it until it's died down, and then he waits for another one. This is what you want to do as a transurfer. You want to ride it as long as you can, and you can actually extend the ride by acknowledging you're on the wave of success, obviously, first step, and then doing all the stuff, maintaining awareness of the pendulums in your life, keeping your thoughts high, your frequency high, your actions high, all that kind of stuff. And you can extend the ride and then, have the understanding that it is going to set you down. The other thing that can happen, the second thing that can happen, is you're on the wave and you take it for granted, or you don't agree with the transurfing principles or follow them, and you actually allow negative information into your layer of reality, which you focus on, which again exponentially begins to increase in your layer of reality. So the idea is that you want to follow through with that wave and get it going. And once you have experienced it in a profound sort of sense, and you understand exactly the momentum that it needs to go, what you need to do to initiate the wave, riding it until it sets you down, and you understand your dance with this wave in regards to the physics, it becomes really, really easy. It's like riding a bike. You don't really think about it any longer. You just acknowledge that first win, and then you go about doing what you need to do as a transurfer. You stay on, and then you resume your transurfing practice as usual, wait for the next wave to come in, and you just kind of go like this through reality. Don't do the second thing. Do not let negative information into your layer of reality. Don't let a pendulum in that is going to knock you down. So remember the physics of a swinging pendulum. It's either going to take you up, right? This is you using the pendulums in your reality to get you going, to gain momentum so you can access some of these higher layers of reality where more of what you want exists, or it's going to knock you down, which we will talk about in the next lesson, the induced transition. Again, this needs to be experienced too, so you understand exactly the physics of that, and then you can feel it as it begins to happen. I have definitely been on the wave of success and then allowed something, some pendulum to come into my reality and knock me off. So now I know exactly what that feels like, and I can stop myself in the moment. Listen, you're on the wave. Cover my ears, cover my eyes, and keep going with the wave and not allow myself to lose my position in the alternative space. So let me know your thoughts on this video, everyone. Go back and look at the previous ones if you have missed out, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.